Um, I mean, with those guys getting injured, it just means that the people who's behind them, it's time for you to step up. Hopefully, throughout the season, you've been watching what those guys done and how they've been successful. So that way, when it's time for your number to be called, you can come in and do the same thing that they did in their role.
How does it change things for the secondary when you have a front seven that is almost entirely different than what it began with this season?
I mean, it doesn't really change things. We still have the same goals, same objective, that we started the beginning of the year with. I mean, as long as we cover, they can get to the QB. So if they don't get to the QB and the QB throw the ball, I like to think we get more interceptions. So, I feel like we're going to do what we've been brought here on scholarship to do.
Where did you feel like the secondary showed the most improvement, especially between the LSU game and Mississippi State?
I felt like challenging balls. It was definitely there on every pass. I felt like there was no open receiver at no point, just from what I seen. And then also, I feel like we improved on tackling. Gang tackling was there. My individual tackling was there. So I feel like, those were the highs from the Mississippi State game.
Talking to Xavier after the game, he said that you guys maybe started a little bit slow that first possession, the second one where they scored.
Yeah.
That's been kind of a pattern, I guess. Is that what you see? Is there something that takes a warm-up pattern, warm-up sequence that was required for a game?
I wouldn't want to say a warm-up sequence, but, I mean, if you go back and look at that drive, that kind of, the importance of doing your job, not trying to, necessarily go outside of your box to make a play, It was nothing that they really did. I think it was a long QB run or something like that. That just has more to do with, everybody doing their individual jobs, not more so, I'm not kind of into the game yet type of thing. But, when we do what we're supposed to do, stuff like that doesn't happen. So, it just goes back to the defense, communicating and guys playing sound assignment football.
You mentioned their receivers being up. One was open and Trevon was in front of him and made a pretty good play. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, and it kind of ran like a little quarter beater, I guess you would say, with that deep post. That is one of them plays where, in that they kind of schemed it up well for, for our defense. But, Trevon, he was in a good, for him to make a play, be able to even make a play like that, that kind of says how good Trevon is, because most corners, when they throw that deep post, that is a touchdown, at least a 60, 70-yard, completion. But the fact that he was there to get one hand on the ball, that just speaks to how good of a player he is.
What was his reaction to not getting the interception, though?
I don't know. I don't think he was more disappointed than me. I was looking straight at him like he was right in front of me. So when I seen him go with one hand, he really been trying to do it the whole season. I don't know if y'all seen, but he been trying to catch a one-handed interception. But I thought he had it. So when he dropped it, I felt sick for him.
Him being a former wide receiver, you give him a hard time about that?
Yeah, that's passes you should make. Stephon make them grabs. I don't see why you can't.
Shane has been starting the whole year now, and we're through most of the regular season, obviously. What have you seen out of him now that he has close to a full season under his belt?
I really see the maturity in him, from kind of being all over the place when he was first announced as starter, kind of as a young age, especially with Alabama defense, it does take a while to learn, especially I just played corner, star, and safety, so I know it took me every bit of 2.5, 3 years, and then to watch Minka and those other guys go through it. And now you telling me that a freshman linebacker not only has to get the coverages, but actually has to make the defensive front changes. And, I knew he was overwhelmed, but, the coaches helped him learn. We helped him, gain confidence in calling because, you do need to call. But overall, he's just getting mature. I think now you can see him not being so kind of confused or sporadic, I guess, but he coming into his own.
Is that what you mean by all over the place? Just
Yeah.
kind of overwhelmed by all the stuff he has to know?
Overwhelmed by a lot of things.
Yeah.
How much was his interception?
That was big, first drive out, you go get an interception. That's probably something that also helped calm down. Once you realize you can really play with everybody in the league, now you just get to the thinking part.
It kind of happened fast, but do you remember anything in particular about that play?
Man, I know he didn't score. There was no reason why he should have got tackled. You're supposed to, stiff arm a quarterback or something. Ain't no you can't get tackled by a quarterback.
How much is just that overall defensive performance against Mississippi State? Is that more what you and some of the veterans have expected of this defense from the beginning of the year? Is that kind of more of an example than maybe 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, that's what we expect. I'm pretty sure that's what fans expect, alumni expect. Like that's the Alabama standard of defense, you know. I mean, outside of the second drive, they didn't score again. So, you know, that's the example that this Alabama defense been trying to show everybody.
And I
Talked a lot about people having to wait their turn and learn the defense. Just how big was it to see Ben Davis go out there against that?
Oh yeah, that was big. Me and Ben kind of go way a little back. You know, I kind of met him my senior year in recruiting. So, I mean, for him to get on the field and make the sack, like, I mean, that was kind of like I was on the field, so that was like a big sack. Like you can hear the pads popping, like the collision. So, and once I seen who it was, man, I was excited for him. You know, waiting your turn, and you know, you can finally go out there and make a play. You know, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
And I wanted to ask you, we talk a lot about defense, but you go against him pretty regularly, especially good on good. What have you seen from Mac and kind of how he's grown, even receiving a lot more practice reps maybe the last 3 to 4 weeks?
You know, I've seen Mac Jones grow since she's been in here, even from scout team days. But, you know, Mac Jones is, you know, he's developing, and I really got the most confidence in Mac Jones. I feel like the team has the most confidence in Mac Jones, you know. I tell him all the time, like, I believe in you. When it's showtime, you gonna shine. I feel like you will be, you know, a good quarterback, great quarterback, whatever the team needs of Mac Jones, he'll go out there and do. Just from the mindset and determination that he brings forward when he's in the locker room, when he's in meetings, even on the field. You know, there's not too many people that go back and forth with Coach Saban. I remember the first time I seen him do that his freshman year on scout team, he was throwing bombs. And Coach Saban said, stop. I think he was throwing it to Tyrell Shaver. He was like, man, stop throwing it to him all the time. And he was like, well, tell your defense to stop it. Like, but for a quarterback to have that type of charisma about himself, you know, I'll be behind him all the time.
What's Coach's reaction to that? Does he?
That's it.